IIMA PGPX is a one-year MBA program which you just cannot ignore. If you're applying to the one-year MBA programs in India, and if you are eligible for the same, you have to consider this program and evaluate your candidature for the same. So this program is conducted by IIM Ahmedabad and it is also an FT ranked program. The 1 year at IIMA PGPX will be structured in different modules. So you'll have an induction module, you'll have core courses, elective courses, you'll have an international immersion as well as a capstone project when you are pursuing the 1 year PGPX MBA program. So this is a program which will, of course, have the IMA faculty, the case-based learning that IMA is very well known for. Your peers and the class composition will be very typical for the people who have prior work experience. We'll come to the eligibility just very shortly. And this will, of course, it is an intensive 1 year program which will prepare you for achieving your career goals in just a very short period of time. It is a rigorous program that you'll get into. Again, a full time MBA, which is offered by IIM Ahmedabad for professionals with prior work experience. What is the international immersion experience like at IIMA PGPX? There are tie ups across the globe in terms of the European schools. There are quite a few tie ups that IIMA has where the PGPX students they will go in for the international immersion. This will be a 10-day module for which you will be traveling abroad and looking at the industries and sectors and learning from schools abroad. Now, IMA PGPX has a typical admissions process. It is very different from other MBA programs across the world. So, initially, you have to fill up your application form. Before that comes the eligibility. So, the eligibility for IMA PGPX requires you to have a bachelor's degree. It should be minimum 15 years of study, and you should have a minimum of 25 years of age. Now, if that is taken care of, then you need to have a minimum of 4 years of work experience after graduation. Plus, you should have a valid GMAT or a GRE score. A valid GMAT or a GRE score means a test that was taken within 5 years of the deadlines which will be issued by IMA for each application cycle. So, another thing about the GMAT or the GRE scores that can be submitted to IMA PGPX is that it must be a test center based score. So once you are eligible, you have to submit an application. The online application will require you to submit details about your profile, your work experience, and there are three application windows for this. One will be roughly around June to August, second will be September to October, and third will be October to December. So these are the three rounds in which the admissions process is carried out. Once you have submitted the application along with your GMAT or GRE scores, then you will be shortlisted and you will get a short window of 3 or 4 days where you have to submit a bunch of essays, usually around three essays. And then, along with that, you will also get the interview invite. So, plus, along with the three essays, you also have to submit one resume. So, it has to be a one-page resume that you have to submit. This is an online submission process, and then the interview schedules are given out, which will be conducted across cities, across a timeline, and there will be online interviews also for the people who are applying from overseas. In terms of the final selection, you can approximately hear about the final selections from within 1 month of going in for the interviews. Plus, you can apply only once across the three rounds. So, if you're applying to IMA PGPX, you cannot apply to multiple rounds. You can only apply to either R1, R2, or R3. So, decide whenever you are ready. That is when you need to put up your application. But now, since the last year, IMA has discontinued that. Now, what does the class at IMA PGPX look like? The class will be around 150 to 160 students, and the average age is around 33 years. And the average work experience in the class is between 7 to 8 years. You will have people from manufacturing, IT, products, defense, consulting, banking and finance, energy sector, different sectors and different functions represented in the class at IMA PGPX. In terms of the average GMAT or the GRE score, the average GMAT score at IMA is around 690 to 700. So if you have something within that range, that's a good score to have. And in terms of the GRE, it is around 324. What is the financial investment like if you're planning to apply to IMA PGPX? This program will cost you anywhere between 33 to 35 lakhs. This is the previous year's costing. Things can change in the next year. Are there scholarships which are given out by IMA PGPX? Yes, you are eligible. If you are eligible, you will get scholarships as well. Around 25% entry scholarships are available and 15% graduation scholarships are available. This depends on what criteria you are fulfilling. in terms of whether you are from the defense sector, from the banking sector, or from the NGO sector, depends on your academic and your occupational background. What about IIMA PGPX placements? So, in terms of the Financial Times rankings, IIMA PGPX actually ranks first in the career progress rank. However, if you look at the placements across the board, you will find companies represented by the consulting sector, technology sector, financial services, and the manufacturing sector, amongst others. So there are a lot of new age, companies as well as businesses which are coming in, which you will definitely see in the IMA PGPX placements. We'll be taking this up in more detail in another presentation, but this is the rough range of placements that you can expect. Who should apply to IMA PGPX? So you should apply to IMA PGPX if you have aspirations of pursuing a 1 year MBA, if you have prior work experience, if you are very clear that the cohort composition is close to what you are looking for from the MBA experience, and also in case you are ready for that particular change. It is going to be a rigorous program, so make sure that you are well prepared and have your expectations well set out as well. What are the global rankings for IIMA PGPX? So the IIMA Ahmedabad program is ranked in the Financial Times ranking. You see it in the QS World rankings as well as the EQUIS accreditation that it has. So in terms of the global recognition, the IIMA PGPX is also very well known. We have a lot of applicants who have prior work experience internationally, and they look at IIMA PGPX as a strong contender to achieve their career goals. Year on year, we have helped our professionals successfully gain admits to IIMA PGPX. So, in case you want any assistance with the application process or for the interview preparation for IIMA, feel free to get in touch with us. You can also connect with us for the profile evaluation to understand whether this is the right program for you or whether you fit into what the school is looking for. We work with applicants for their application strategy, their essays, their resumes, as well as the deep dive interview preparation for IMA PGPX. So, all the best, guys, and feel free to get in touch with us in case you need any assistance.